In this tutorial, we are going to cover what is WebDrivers and how we are going to make use of these WebDrivers in Selenium automation tool. Alright, so and we'll cover the coding aspect, that how we are making use of these WebDrivers in Selenium. Alright, and we are using a Java for the Selenium tutorial courses, and because this Java is widely accepted and most of the companies are adapted to this Java. Alright, let's start. So WebDriver is designed to provide a similar and more flexible programming interfaces. This WebDriver is mainly used to provide simpler, because this Selenium is mainly used for the web application. So we need WebDrivers to communicate with the web browsers. So these WebDrivers make it much simpler and make it more flexible programming interface. This provides more flexible programming interface for the programmers, so that they can easily communicate with the browser and tell what the browser is supposed to do. Alright, so and Selenium WebDriver was developed to better support dynamic web pages. What this meaning is, we can perform multiple operation on multiple element in one page. What is that means? In one page we can have lots of elements like one button, one drop down, one drill down, so many options will be there. So without reloading the page, we can perform multiple operation. We can tell the web browser to click on one element and do some operation. At the same time, as soon as this operation is done, we can tell the browser to go to another element on the same page and perform some other operation. This is the flexibility of web browser and WebDriver as well. And Selenium WebDrivers makes direct call to the browser using each browser's native support for automation. These Selenium WebDrivers directly communicate with the web browser's native support and makes the call to this support and serve the purpose. If I want to click some button, so this WebDriver directly call the browser's native support and tell that go and click this element, so that the element can be clickable from the programmer's codes. That is the purpose of this web drivers. And driver directly using the browser's built-in inbuilt function or support for automation. Driver uses browser's inbuilt functions so that they can automate everything. So this is the theory perspective. We'll move on to the coding perspective. I just noted some points so that I don't forget any of the methods, and I don't like to forget mentioning any of these basic methods, right? Let's start let's start with Java. So you can see the structure, and we used to write all the Java codes inside these test files. You can see inside this test file, and there is one more Java folder, and there are so many Java class there. So I will right click on this new and Java class. I will rename it as WebDriver. Alright, just enter, and whatever we are going to code it in Selenium, as of now we will push everything into main function. So public static void main, alright. So as of now we will dump all the codes in main, and as we move forward we will make use of some other technologies. Alright, so first, before we supposed to create an object of WebDriver, it is done by WebDriver space driver is equal to new some Firefox driver, right? Yeah, first we should create an object of WebDriver. We can create an object of Firefox WebDriver, or we can use a Chrome WebDriver, Safari WebDriver, or Internet Explorer WebDriver. I prefer one is Chrome WebDriver or Firefox driver, because Chrome is much faster than Firefox, but there are some cases where we supposed to go with the Firefox. It's based on things are for one thing. Chrome is much faster than Firefox, and but Firefox, there are some possibility where the Chrome won't work as flexibly as Firefox, because if there are some cases where if the element is visible in a Chrome, but it can, even we can able to click that element, but Firefox will click the element, but in case of Chrome it shows element not clickable even though element can be clicked, and even if it is visible. So I prefer use most of the time Firefox, even I use myself Firefox, but for the simple application we can make use of Chrome because Chrome is much faster whereas Firefox is slower. So based on the purpose we can make use of Firefox or a Chrome WebDriver. Alright, so this WebDriver uses Firefox by default. So if you are using a Firefox, you don't need to mention any of the property or any of the properties like that. But if you are using a Chrome, you should specify a property that it's for a Firefox. I'll change it to Chrome, which is, sorry, I will comment it. Okay, I'll write a comment that for Firefox, right? Now I will use for Chrome driver. For Chrome driver, I will create WebDriver driver Chrome is equal to new Chrome driver, right? But for the Chrome driver, we supposed to set the property which is system dot set property. Yes, property is just a property where it will take two string. Yeah, I used to forget this property most of the time, so I just noted this. I used to copy this. For the Chrome, we should give one of first argument as this webdriver.chrome.driver, and the second argument goes to the to the location where we downloaded the Chrome. So first we need to download the Chrome driver from online anywhere. For the Mac users, they can directly go to this link. Yeah, can show you this. Yeah, they can directly go to this link and they can download any of these version. See here, you can see there is for Mac you can download this, but Windows this is for 32-bit. But if you are having a Windows 64-bit, that time this driver won't work. So for Windows, I prescribe that even I was searching for Windows 64-bit, but I didn't find WebDriver for 64-bit. It's not yet been launched, and even after searching lots of websites on internet, I found one of the website that it's not exist Chrome driver for Windows 64. So after doing all those research, I found one of the Chrome driver, and I will be uploading that Chrome driver on my professional website, which is seleniumcucumberexperts.com. In that website I will be giving you all the description of these steps. You can just click and download from there, and you can specify the path here as this is for Mac. At the same time you can download it, and at the same time there will be .exe file, chrome driver.exe. Just give that location here in this path second argument. So that is what we're supposed to do. Alright, for the Mac users, once it is downloaded, it will be in this format. You can see here. So it will be in black in the color. Give that it will be some document or downloads, and just give this. Yeah, I will change it to downloads. Yeah, that is, and give the path. It's the file name Chrome driver. So this is for the Chrome driver. So if we are using a Firefox, we don't need to set a property. If we are using a Chrome, we definitely set a property, system.set property. One is webdriver.chrome.driver, and second is the location where we downloaded the Chrome driver. So Mac users can directly download from this link, and whereas Windows you can directly download from my professional website, right? That is seleniumcucumberexperts.com. So once we don't need two drivers, as of now I just comment these two. Let's use Firefox, or okay fine, let me use Chrome itself. I will comment this Firefox, right? Alt enter. Yeah, if there is anything wrong, just press alt enter. That time it will itself, this package will be imported, right? So I use Fire Chrome as of now. Let's move forward. So we have a driver Chrome property, and once we define a driver, at the end we should close this driver without fail, and even we should quit this is we supposed to do without fail. So and whatever we write a code, it should be inside this close and quit, and before creating a object of Chrome drivers, and what whichever the driver we are using. All right, and let me use, okay, and okay, once we set the drivers, we should tell the driver to go to any of the URL. So tell driver to navigate any URL. Let's take which URL. We will take Amazon. Okay, we will tell driver to go to amazon.in. So we will tell driver chrome dot navigate dot to. This is an inbuilt function where you can navigate to the URL which is given into this to method. I say http www yeah www.amazon.in, right? I'm saying the driver to go to this URL specified in this double quotes. So this will keeps moves our driver to this amazon.in. You can run this and check it out. And before running, let's run this. We can see that, yeah, yeah, you can see our Chrome driver has opened and it's navigated to amazon.in. There is one more method where, yeah, it's successfully run. There is one more method is there to do the same purpose, which is driver chrome dot get. In this you can specify the URL, same amazon.http.amazon.in, same thing. It does the same purpose. It's also navigating to the driver to this URL. So as of now we will use navigate to, and let's move forward. And once we navigated to amazon.in, okay, so once we navigated to this, which is the next, okay, we cover the navigate and we cover the get method and we cover, okay, next is, yeah, thing is we are setting the driver and making the driver to navigate to some URL. All right, so basically it needs some time. The driver needs, okay, Chrome needs some 2 to 3 seconds to load this page. So we should tell the Selenium to wait for 2 or 3 seconds or given second till the page load. All right, so how to do that is Chrome driver dot manage dot timeout dot implicitly wait, yeah, till how many seconds whichever you give, it waits for that many seconds. Time utils dot seconds. All right, so what this does is I'm telling the driver to wait for 5 seconds so that browser can load this page, Amazon page. Other than if I don't specify this, if I tell the driver that go and click some element before loading this page itself, the driver will come to this page and it won't wait for the time. It just goes to go to the element and try to find that element in the page without before loading this amazon.in. So now I'm telling the driver wait for 5 seconds so that Amazon.in will load and now do the perform on any of the operation. I will comment it here that wait for 5 seconds, right? Now, yeah, we covered this. Okay, find element. Now, once the page is loaded, you can see, let's I want to click on this element, so I tell the driver to go and click on this element. How to do this? I'm going to cover this into the next tutorial. As of now, I'm going to say driver chrome dot find element by CSS selector here. Yeah, what is this is this CSS selector. I'm going to cover all these things into next tutorial. What I'm telling is, for each and every element, these are elements, these all buttons and drill down, drop downs, all those things are elements on this page. These each and element we used to represent by using a CSS selector uniquely. So we should tell, if I want to tell the driver go and click on this element, we should tell this, we should specify the CSS selector of this sign in element, so that driver can easily come to this, navigate it to Amazon.in and clicks on this element. So driver.find element, this is find element. This driver used to find this CSS selector which is given by us on this page. This method serve that purpose. Find element by what? By the selector what we are going to specify in this. And once that element is found, for example, if I found this element, click on that. So dot, there is already built-in function like click, which is for, it could be applied for the buttons. So whichever is the clickable element you can find on this page, we can click that, and it could be done by this function. Or there, you can see there are so many functions are there. Send keys is basically used for text. If I want to type anything, like if I want to text like books, this is by using here by send keys. I can dot send keys, and here I can give books. I should specify the CSS selector of this text box, and I should copy that here in this double quotes, and call method send keys. In the double quotes, specify the name, whatever you want to enter into this text box. This does that. Alright, and you can see there are some more methods, and clear is basically used for this to text to clear the text box, and get size, get tag. You can get the size of that tag name. You can get tag name, get the tags, and you can check whether that element is displayed or not, is it enabled or not. You can find out whether the enable it is displayed, is it visible as of now, by using this driver element. Alright, so this is the purpose of find element. So we covered find element, click, close and quit, and get current URL and get title. Okay, so there is one more method in driver that get current URL. So this element is going to return you the URL of this current page. If thing is, when we go to Amazon.in, we perform some operation that go to click on this. Okay, we will be in this element, in this page. So you want to confirm that the page that you have loaded, that you want to confirm that whether the element is clicked or not. So you can you can put a if condition that if your Chrome driver contains get current URL, which is going to return once the element, that sign in element is clicked, it will come to this page. Just give a sleep, wait for 2 seconds, which is just specify this same method with 2 seconds. You can copy the same method. Alright, what I'm doing is go to Amazon.in and wait for 5 seconds till the page loads, and click the sign in button. I'll specify here click. It won't be confusing for you guys. So sign in. As of now, I will write the sign in. Just sign in. Okay, and click. If you write sign in, it won't work. I will cover in the next tutorial that how to specify say as a selector so that that element will click, and wait for 2 seconds so that this page will load. Once the page is loaded, you can put a if condition that whether if driver dot get current URL dot contains something, then yeah. Now you can just yourself confirm that whether contains something. Yeah, encoding. Let's give encoding. Okay. So now driver is in this page, and driver gets the URL of this page, which is the entire page, and in this if the URL contains encoding, yeah, then yeah, successfully clicked. Click. Alright, so you can do whatever operation once the element is clicked, else you can say that element didn't click or element is not visible. Alright, this is the purpose of get current URL, which is going to return you the URL of the current page. Right, so and the get title is the same way, which is going to return the title which is visible in these tabs, which is PPT or Amazon sign, which is going to same way. In the same way, you can see driver home dot get title. Yeah, which is going to return the title of the each web pages. So guys, this is about the drivers brief introduction, and next tutorial we will be covering all how to specify these CSS selectors and how to perform the operations of each and every element. And thank you so much.